तो ये वो लम्हा था जब अमेरिकी राष्ट्रपति डोनाल्ड ट्रंप एक व्हाइट हाउस प्रेस डिनर में मौजूद थे और गोलीबारी हुई। जिस व्यक्ति ने गोलीबारी की है उसे गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया है, उसे हिरासत में ले लिया गया है। ये वो ड्रामेटिक लम्हा था जो अभी अभी आपने देखा, जिसमें गोलीबारी की गई और जैसे ही गोलीबारी की गई अचानक सीक्रेट सर्विस जो थी वो डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के पास पहुंच गई और उन्हें वहां से हटा दिया गया। न सिर्फ उनको बल्कि मार्को रूबियो जो कि सेक्रेटरी ऑफ स्टेट हैं यानी विदेश मंत्री हैं, उन्हें भी हटा दिया गया है। दोस्तों, बहुत ही ड्रामेटिक लम्हा है। अब मैं आपको बताने वाला हूं कि बाहर का क्या नज़ारा था। जी हाँ, बाहर का क्या नज़ारा था आपके स्क्रीन पर।
Stay back! Stay back! Stay back! Wait for the side. Stay for the side. All right. Nobody go this way. Is that understood? Get it back quickly. Not someone coming in.
और इसके ठीक बाद मैं आपको बतलाना चाहता हूं, डोनाल्ड ट्रंप ने एक बयान भी दिया है आपकी स्क्रीन्स पर। यहां पर डोनाल्ड ट्रंप कह रहे हैं कि डीसी में आज शाम काफ़ी कुछ हुआ। सीक्रेट सर्विस और लॉ एनफोर्समेंट ने शानदार काम किया। उन्होंने तेज़ी और बहादुरी से कार्रवाई की। शूटर को पकड़ लिया गया है और मैंने कहा है कि शो चलता रहना चाहिए, द शो मस्ट गो ऑन। लेकिन हम पूरी तरह लॉ एनफोर्समेंट के निर्देशों पर ही चलेंगे। वे जल्द फैसला लेंगे। उस फैसले से अलग आज की शाम वैसी नहीं होगी जैसी प्लान थी और हमें बस इसे फिर से करना पड़ेगा। राष्ट्रपति डोनाल्ड जे ट्रंप।
Silver foil, 4, got it?
No.
Switch over, plug in, right, silver foil, top of the stairs. Got it? Jesus Christ. Sorry.
और जैसे कि आप देख सकते हैं दोस्तों, अल जज़ीरा में भी ये ब्रेकिंग न्यूज़ है जो कहती है यूएस प्रेसिडेंट डोनाल्ड ट्रंप वाज रश्ड आउट ऑफ व्हाइट हाउस कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंट डिनर बाय सिक्योरिटी आफ्टर लाउड बैंग्स वर हर्ड। वीडियो शोज हेवीली आर्म्ड सिक्योरिटी रशिंग इनटू द रूम इन अ सीन ऑफ हेवी कंफ्यूजन। मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं दोस्तों, ये फायरिंग उस वक्त हुई है जब पाकिस्तान में बातचीत नाकाम हो गई है। जी हाँ, अब्बास अराची पाकिस्तान पहुंचे थे। उन्होंने ईरान के कंसर्न्स जो हैं पाकिस्तान को बताए। डोनाल्ड ट्रंप अपनी टीम भेजने वाले थे और डोनाल्ड ट्रंप ने जब ये बातचीत नहीं हो पाई तो एक संदेश भी जारी किया जिसमें उन्होंने कहा कि ईरान कभी भी हमें फ़ोन कर सकता है और हम बातचीत के लिए तैयार हो जाएंगे।
What have you heard from Pakistan? The Iran foreign minister was in Pakistan yesterday night.
I think Pakistan is terrific. I think the field marshal is fantastic. I think the prime minister of Pakistan is great. And, you know, they'd like to see something happen, but we're not going to be traveling 15, 16 hours to have a meeting with people that nobody ever heard of before.
What changed to make you make that decision?
Too much travel. When they say the meeting's scheduled for Tuesday, I said, Tuesday, that's a long time from now. But when you get right down to it, it's a lot of traveling. No, we don't want to do that.
At what point do you send Witkoff and Kushner and send Vice President Vance in? At what point
Well,
are you
we
going to be
would.
ready?
They're all very competent, all three. Those are three good. But they weren't meeting with the leader of the country. They were meeting with other people. And I said, we're just not going to do it. Too much traveling, takes too long, too expensive. I'm a very cost-conscious person.
अब मैं आपको बताने वाला हूं दोस्तों, अल जज़ीरा ने इस खबर को किस तरह से पेश किया। मैं आपको बता दूं, ये डेवलपिंग न्यूज़ है, ये ब्रेकिंग न्यूज़ है। आइए देखते हैं।
Okay, we're taking you to some live pictures now from Washington, D.C., where the White House Correspondents' Association dinner is underway. It appears as though there's been a commotion in the ballroom and the president has been removed. That's the information that we have at this time. This is the White House Correspondents' Association dinner. It's the first time that the president has been attending this dinner in this term and I believe in his first term as well. We're going to replay some of the pictures for you here. You can see the president at the head table with the gold tablecloth on it. There's a bit of a commotion there, and you can see that the president is taken off the stage. These are the latest pictures we have. We're going to play it for you again and take a listen to the audio as well. Okay, so it is difficult to tell what has happened inside the banquet room. But once again, we're showing you the latest pictures from Washington, D.C., where the president is attending the White House Correspondents' Dinner. He was sitting at the head table that you see on the stage with the gold tablecloth when there were some loud sounds reported in the room. And then the president and the first lady who were seated at that table were removed from this event. So the White House Correspondents' Dinner is a dinner that takes place every year in the nation's capital. Presidents generally tend to attend. This is the first time that Donald Trump has attended the White House Correspondents' Dinner. What you're seeing here are the latest pictures. What we can tell you is that the president has been moved outside of at least the banquet hall, which you're seeing in these latest pictures. At this point, this is the update that we have for you from Washington, D.C. There appear to still be other people inside the banquet room that are milling about. Many of these people are Washington correspondents for the newspapers, television networks, inside that generally tend to report on the president. There are also a number of members of the president's cabinet who were in attendance at this event. You can see at the head table, sitting beside the president and the first lady, is also the press secretary, Caroline Leavitt. What we can tell you at this point is that there were loud sounds in the ballroom, and then the president was removed from the head table. But as you can see on the right side of your screen in those live pictures, there are still people who are in this banquet hall. We can bring in Manuel Rapallo, who joins us now live from Washington, D.C. Manuel, is there anything else that you can tell us about what may have taken place inside this banquet room?
At the moment, we don't have any clear information as to exactly what it was that took place. If you are watching those live pictures of that banquet, we can tell you that this is an event that began only about 40 minutes ago. This is the White House Correspondents' Dinner, the first one that President Trump has attended in his presidency, both in his first administration and his second. What we can tell you is that there were loud sounds that were heard inside that banquet hall. The head table was evacuated, but I am looking at live pictures of that as well right now. I'm seeing that there are still people in that banquet hall at the White House still attending. It is, again, unclear exactly what it was that took place, what those sounds were that prompted the security detail there to approach the head table and escort the President of the United States and the First Lady and everyone at that head table away from the situation.
We now do have some video of the moment where the president was rushed off the stage. Let us watch that now.
You know what occurs to me as we're watching this as well? We just said Erica Kirk was in this room.
She was.
She was in this room
there are reports,
as well.
There are reports that she was seen crying as she was leaving the room as well. People who did see her there made that note. Obviously, this had to be very, very traumatic.
We have Caitlin Collins on the line for some more insight. Caitlin Collins, we're listening. What's happening?
Hey guys, obviously, I mean, this is a total state of chaos right now in the ballroom, and we're seated maybe 50 feet from the stage where the president was up there, the First Lady Melania Trump.
Okay, we have to stay here for now.
Security is telling us that everything's okay. The shooter, there was a shooter? 1 second, guys, I'm literally, what happened?
We're trying to identify it now.
Where was the shooter?
Somewhere out there.
In the lobby? In the lobby? All right, control. All right, guys, I just want you to know this is not verified. We're just listening to what's happening right now. But we have security around us, and it's Secret Service because there's a lot of members of the administration here. The Secretary of Education is seated right next to me, and her security just said, confirmed that there was a shooter in the lobby. It's not clear where. Obviously, it's a very big hotel. In the lobby of the Hilton, they said he is confirmed dead. We don't know anything more than that, but I can tell you we had just sat down to dinner. The president, the First Lady, Caroline Leavitt were all on stage, including the Vice President, J.D. Vance. So obviously a lot of security here. And, you know, at the beginning of the dinner, everyone's just kind of seated having their meal. And within moments, armed Secret Service is running in with massive guns. I mean, maybe dozens, and silence just went over the room as they ran in. Everyone ducked, got on the floor. People were underneath tables. No one knew what was going on. And for a second, the president actually was not evacuated off stage. I looked; he was sitting still right there. A Secret Service was coming in down the hallway, and so we didn't know at first. But then we heard from our own security that they heard shots fired.
तो बड़ी खबर इस वक्त की है, अमेरिकी राष्ट्रपति डोनाल्ड ट्रंप व्हाइट हाउस प्रेस डिनर दे रहे थे और उसी दौरान गोलीबारी होती है। आपको याद होगा कि जब अमेरिकी राष्ट्रपति चुनाव हो रहे थे तभी इसी तरह से डोनाल्ड ट्रंप पर गोलीबारी की गई थी और तब उनके कान में आकर गोली लगी थी दोस्तों। और अब एक बार फिर व्हाइट हाउस प्रेस डिनर में गोलीबारी की कोशिश की गई। जाहिर सी बात है टारगेट वही हैं, उन्हें मारने की कोशिश की गई और उन्हें उनके जो सिक्योरिटी टीम है वो बचा कर ले गई। एक बार फिर उस लम्हे को देखिए जब गोलीबारी की गई थी और सीक्रेट सर्विस आती है और उन्हें ले जाती है। दोस्तों ये बड़ी ब्रेकिंग न्यूज़ है और मैं आप तक इससे जुड़ी जानकारी पहुंचाता रहूँगा। इस वक्त मैं एक एयरपोर्ट में मौजूद हूँ। जाहिर सी बात है मैं इस खबर को खुलकर नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, मगर जैसे कि आप जानते हैं खबरों के प्रति मेरा एक डेडिकेशन है। आप तक ताज़ा खबर, विश्वसनीय खबर, क्रेडिबल खबर लगातार पहुँचाना ये मेरा वादा है।